Hey everyone, this is Scott W2BLT in Buffalo, and this is the Morning Brew for the 25th of June, 6 months till Christmas. This is net number 1244 for those of you keeping score, and I'll be your host for the first hour, and we'll turn it over to Bill, KF0MHN up in Minnesota. We have Vicky on the line, keeping us straight, and the question of the day: who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up, mom or dad? That's about the only two answers we can really accept, mom or dad, or aunt or uncle maybe. But let me acknowledge the text check-ins we have. First, let me remind everybody that this morning at 10 o'clock on 14.317, Roger and the boys will be here for 20-meter net. So if you're around, fire up your radio and see how propagation is this morning. Then tomorrow night, we have the youth net, 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. tomorrow night. And come join the youths and say hello to them. Let me acknowledge the text check-ins here, then I'm going to take the mobiles, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to run all the text check-ins we have to this point. We have KM7, CGI Larry. Let me reset here. We have KE2 EDS Mark, K8 UFM Rando, KA8 BYU Roy, N0 CKV Mark, KM4 WZD Joe, GM5 CAR Kerry, KI6 KQO Zachary, N3 DQD Ray, KK7DY Clark, KA4 EPS Lou, KG4 GOQ Paul, N3 SQR Joe, K4 POI Ed, KA4RAK Bob, KB2 UDB Mike, KD2 YUY Charles, N4 RSM Richard, KQ4 EFY Tim, KB3 EYR Greg, WD8 KOB Rod, KE2 AJO Jose, KK4 DUK Duck, W3 CVE Chuck, NA2B Charlie, WB8 ODF Dave, and W3ICQ Bob in Leesburg, Florida. All right, let's take the mobiles. Now, slow down, fellas. It's usually the first few that we don't get. If you're mobile, and only if you're mobile, come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Whiskey 5 Papa Lima. Mobile. Whiskey 5 Papa Lima. Mobile.
2 November Juliet Victor Mobile. Kilo Charlie 2 November Juliet Victor Mobile.
Whiskey 5 Golf Hotel Romeo. Whiskey 5 Golf Hotel Romeo. Mobile. November 8 Romeo Echo Juliet. November 8 Romeo Echo Juliet. In and out.
W8 MJT Whiskey 8 with Juliet
Golf
Tango.
Whiskey Kilo. Kilo Echo 2 Golf Whiskey Kilo.
Alrighty, let me hold it up there. That's what I'm talking about there. That was beautiful. Acknowledge we had W5PL James, KC2NJV Wayne, W5GHR Brian. We had N8REJ Robert up in Allen Park, Michigan was in and out. Thanks for joining us. We had W8NJT Nick in Toledo and KE2GWK Eric in Chickawaga. Is there any other mobiles before I run these? Please come with your call sign twice and nice and orderly like that was.
Kilo Quebec 4 Delta Mike X-ray Gainesville, Florida. Hector.
Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike. Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Bravo Mike. Good morning.
Alrighty then, we had KQ4 DMX Hector in Gainesville and KO4 FBM Jose in St. Cloud. Let's go to the top of these mobiles. W5PL James in Spring, Texas. Good morning, and the question of the day again, who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up, mom or dad?
Well, good morning, Scott and Vicky. Thank y'all for running that this morning. And good morning, Brew Crew. This is Whiskey 5 Papa Lima Mobile. James in Spring, mobile into Houston for work today. Got a hot day on tap for us today, but that's all right because I'm going to stay in the air conditioning. To the question at hand, in our household, discipline was a shared responsibility. So it was whoever that was closest when I was messing up, that's who doled out the discipline. With that, I'll say 7-3, hand it back to Net. Everybody have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. This is Whiskey 5 Papa Lima Mobile. We'll be monitoring.
Alrighty, James. I can't get used to that call sign. Have a great day. KC2 NJV, Wayne in Belmore, New York. Good morning, Wayne.
Good morning, Scott and the crew. KC2 NJV. The answer to the game was a shared responsibility. Have a great day. Stay cool.
Alrighty, thank you, Wayne. Appreciate you joining us. And the fellow with the radio check, it's working, and you're in the middle of it. W5GHR, Brian out in Katy, Texas. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Brew Crew. It was definitely my mom. My mom was disciplinarian. I came home once with an earring, and my mom yelled at my dad to come look at what his son did, and all he said was, "Oh, cool, you got an earring." Mom was not happy with that. Back to you, Net Control, W5GHR.
That's one of those examples where you deflect the trouble to someone else. Have a great day and appreciate you joining us. Let's go up to Toledo, Ohio to Nick, W8NJT. Good morning, Nick. Who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up, mom or dad?
Good morning, everybody. Disciplinarian in the house was my mom. My dad worked 1,000,000 hours a week. My mom was very present. And, that's the way she goes. W8NJT, back to Net Control.
Nick, have a great day, and thanks for joining us this morning. KE2GWK, Eric in Cheektowaga, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody else on the Morning Brew. I'm going to have to go with my mother was the main disciplinarian, but when Dad was home, he was on shift, and he really didn't want to screw up either way. So with that, I'll send it back to Net. K2GWK, monitoring.
KQ4 DMX, Hector in Gainesville, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, you guys out there. Yeah, my mom was a disciplinarian at the house. She was tough, but very fair. Very tough, fair. 73.
There we go. All righty, Hector. Thanks for joining us, and have yourself a fine day. This is W2BLT. Let's go to KO4FBM, Jose down in St. Cloud, Florida. Good morning, Jose. Who was a disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Morning Brew. That will be my mom. Back to you, sir. 73s. Have a wonderful day.
Jose, nice talking with you again. K4 MMX, Craig down in Oakland Park, Florida. Good morning, Craig.
And my dad usually had the leather belt, and depending on how bad I was, determined whether I got the buckle end or not. K4 MMX back to net.
Alrighty, thanks, Greg. Let's go back up to the top of this list and run these text check-ins. KM7 CGI Larry out in Maricopa, Arizona. Good morning. I'm sorry, I didn't get your answer, Larry. Your audio is a little low. Who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up? At any rate, thanks for joining us. Mark, one of your hosts on the open mic night here on the system at KE2 EDS in Elma, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning, Brew Crew. I'm going to go with my dad. My mom wasn't too far behind, but my dad was definitely the disciplinarian in the family. Yeah.
All right, Mark, Dad it is. Thanks for joining us. Randall, K8UFM in Brownstown Township, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky, and good morning to the rest of the Brew Crew. I was a little angel. I never got in trouble. That's a story I'm sticking to. But if I had to answer, it was probably my dad. But with that, this is KUFM, back to net control. Everyone have an outstanding Thursday.
Thanks, Randall. You have yourself a fine one. Next up, Roy in Blaisdell, KA8BYU. Good morning, Roy.
Oh, good morning, everybody on the brew. KA8BYU. Yeah, it was both equally. If you look at age, you caught it from one, and then when the other one came home, it was again. So they both were. Back to you.
All that, share the wealth. Have a good day, Roy. Always a pleasure. N0CKV, Mark in Plymouth, Minnesota. Good morning.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, Bill, the rest of the Brew Crew, everybody else on the net. My dad was a disciplinarian. Everybody have a great Thursday and a great rest of the week. N0CKV, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Mark. You enjoy the day. KM4WZD, Joe in Claremont, Florida. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning to the crew. I'm going to say Dad. Mom always had the card she could play. Wait till your father gets home. But Dad was the one who always meted out the discipline, if you follow. Hey, everybody take care. Have a great Thursday. It's KM4WZD. Back to net.
Thanks, Joe. Enjoy the nice warm coming down there. Let's go to GM5CAR, Carrie in Motherwell, Scotland. Good morning, Carrie.
And everyone in the Brew Crew, and hope everybody's having a good day. It's very warm here at the moment. We are 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm really enjoying the sunshine. And today's question, definitely Mum. I'm usually working very long hours there. Have a good one, everyone. 73.
All right, Carrie, thanks for joining us, and Enjoy your afternoon there. Next up, KI6KQO, Zachary down in St. Cloud, Florida. Good morning, Zachary. Growing up, who was the disciplinarian in your house?
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew Crew. It was definitely Dad. 7-3, everyone. Back to you, Scott. KI6KQO.
Dad, it is. Have a great day, Zachary. Let's go down to N3DQD, Ray in Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, the rest of the net, N3DQD here. Well, it was primarily Dad. He never got physical and beat us or anything, but he had a way of punishing us that made us feel terribly guilty for whatever it was. It made us think twice if we thought about doing it again. Back to net, this is N3DQD.
Alrighty, Ray. Yeah, I think the guilt sometimes is worse than getting a crack on the behind. Have a great day. KK7DY, Clark out in Phoenix, Arizona. Good morning, Clark.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, the Brew Crew, Mom, back to net control, KK7DY.
Thanks, Clark. Appreciate you joining this morning. KA4EPS, Lou in Lake Worth, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, KA4EPS. I just read the question because I wasn't prepared. Yeah, I guess it was my dad. And, boy, I get a whipping. KA4EPS. Have a good day.
Ready, Lou. Have a good one. KG4GOQ, Paul in Lake Worth, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and good morning to the Brew Crew. It was definitely my dad, and you didn't want to cross them too bad. And if not, you got the whipping. It was definitely the dad. Back to the net. This is KG4GOQ in Palm Springs, Florida.
Thank you, Paul. Appreciate you joining us this morning. This is W2BLT. N3SQR, Joe in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and the rest of the Brew Crew. Well, Scott, the Sergeant Major was 6'5" and 300 pounds, and Joe was a very, very good boy. So put down my mom for that. Nah, put down my dad. Have a good day, Scott. N3SQR.
All right, Joe. Thanks for joining us. K4POI, Ed in Loxahatchee, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and Brew Crew. I'd like to say I didn't need any discipline, but that would be a fib. So the truth is, it was my dad, of course. K4POI, back to you, Scott, at the net.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Was that Mom or Dad?
It was definitely Dad.
Alrighty, thanks, Ed. And I don't know who named that town where you're in down there, but they ought to be disciplined. Let's go to KA4RAK. Bob in Jupiter, Florida. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Yeah, it was Dad, my dad, but he was cool. Hope everybody has a great remainder of the week, and thank you. KA4RAK.
Bob, you have yourself a fine one. Let's go, Mike, KB2 UDB, up here in New York, probably out fishing this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, East Coast Reflector and the Brew Crew. Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody else. I'm going to say it was a shared role. We learned respect no matter who was in charge. Dad would be working, Mom was in charge. Dad was home, they both be in charge. So we learned respect early. So I'm going to say it was shared. I know you got an A and a B, but I went with a C. So thanks for picking me up this morning, and we'll talk to you later. KV2 to DDV, outdoor fishing. Back to net control.
Alrighty, Mike, thanks for joining us, and get that big one today. Next up, KD2YUI, Charles in Syracuse. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and Vicky, and everybody else listening in the brew. The day-to-day discipline, that was Mom. But if Dad got involved, there would be hell to pay. Primarily Mom. 73 all back to net control, KD2YUI.
Alrighty, Charles, have a great day. Thanks for joining us. And for RSM, Richard in Sumter, South Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, on the Brew Crew. I heard that sound. Wait till your dad gets home, so it was my dad. Back to you.
Alrighty, Richard, you have yourself a fine day, and thanks for stopping by. KQ4 EFY, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina. Good morning.
Scott, this is KQ4 EFY, Tim in Columbia, South Carolina, and it was definitely my father that was the ultimate disciplinarian. Back to net control.
Alrighty, Dad it is. Have a great day, Tim. KB3EYR, Greg down in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Greg. Who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Hey, good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody on the Brew Crew this morning. This is KB3EYR, and that would have been Dad. Back to net control.
Thank you, Greg. Appreciate you joining us. WD8KOB, Rod, Madison, West Virginia. Good morning, Rod.
Well, good morning, Dad. This is WD8KOB. Hope everybody's having a good old Thursday morning. And my answer to the question is absolutely Mom. Hope you guys have a great day. Back to net. WD8KOB.
Alrighty, we got you in the Mom column. Have a good day. KE2AJO, Jose down in the Bronx. Good morning, Jose. KE2AJO, are you still with us? Kind of hard to hear you. I don't know if you were coming in on Echo Link or how you were coming in, but have a great day. KK4 DUK, Duck in Lake City, Florida. Tell me, Duck, was it Mama Duck or Daddy Duck that did the discipline?
This is KK4 DUK. In my household, it was Papa Duck, my dad. Great question. I love this one. And also, you made me crack up a little bit. Having said that, this is KK4 DUK. This is Duck, turning it back over to net control. Quack, quack.
Alrighty. Thank you, Duck. And I think that's the first time anybody ever called me a comedian at all. Have a great day. Let's go down to Newcastle, Pennsylvania. W3CVE, Chuck, good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody on the brew there. Mine would be my mom. And with that, have a great day. W3CVE.
Alrighty, thank you, Chuck. You have yourself a fine day as well. NA2B, Charlie and Birdie down in Sun City Center, Florida. Morning, Charlie.
Hi, good morning, Scott. Sounding morning, young fella down here in Tampa Bay. And good morning to everybody on the crew from Birdie and I. Another warm day, 82 this morning. And they're actually forecasting 50% chance this afternoon. So maybe that'll start some of our natural air conditioning and cool things off a bit. Response to the question, Scott, my mom. I was scared the hell out of her. Yeah, if I was in trouble, I didn't want to go home. I knew I'd get a good one. So, thanks for what you do. NA2B, back to that.
Alrighty, that's quite a fear. I understand that. Have a great day. WB8ODF, Dave in Ypsilanti, Michigan. Morning, Dave. Who is the disciplinarian in your house?
Good morning, Scott and Bill and Vicky. This is Dave, WB8ODF, Ypsilanti, Southeastern Michigan. Put me down for Mom. In my 68 years of being on this earth, my dad only spanked me one time, and that was way back in elementary school. Thanks for breakfast, and nice meeting you on the meet and greet. I wanted to say thanks for breakfast, too.
What can you have in life if you can't have a good breakfast once in a while? It was absolutely a pleasure, Dave. You have yourself a fine day. Next up, and the last one on this list, W3ICQ, Bob in Leesburg, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody else. It was definitely a shared task for them. Bless them all. W3ICQ.
Shared it is, and thanks for joining us. This is W2BLT Scott in Buffalo, and let me acknowledge some more text check-ins, and we'll take our general check-ins. We got W2HAV, Anthony, W8RCY, Donald, K5ORD, John, KC2GRN, Joel, W2RBC, Randy, W4PPX, Don, KD3AJN, Anna, N7WZI, Alan, KR4AEG, Charles, N8ZFH, Gary, K8BAC, Al, KQAU, Bob, N5GI, Rick, and NW4Q, Jim. Let's take it. General check-ins. Anybody, anywhere. Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
KJ5MEL, KJ5MEL, Jose in Austin, Texas.
WHKWHKWHKAS Mobile.
Kilo Charlie 5 Charlie Zulu X-ray KC5CZX.
Victor Whiskey Papa in and out.
Kilo 9 Tango Juliet Sierra K9 TJS in and out.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Tango Juliet VA3 KTJ.
Kilo Echo 9 Echo Sierra Tango Mobile KE9 EST Mobile.
Kilo Sierra Mike November KE8 SMN.
Golf 2 Lima Alpha. Kilowatt Golf 2 Lima Alpha in and out.
let's hold it up there. We had KJ5MEL, Jose. We had sounded like KQ4UXQ. Is that a good call sign? Is this Barry?
It's Kilo Quebec 4 Uniform X-Ray Juliet KQ4UXJ KJ in Charlotte.
We got to try that one more time. That bridge is kind of funky this morning. Was that KQ4UXJ?
QSL KQ4UXJ KQ4UXJ.
Alrighty, thanks, Bill. Yeah, that was a little funky. That was better that time. Or KJ, I'm sorry. We had W8WHK Bill. We had KO4 EAS Leonard, KC5 CZX Daryl, and 2 ZVN Alan. We had a VA3 KTJ Jinsuk, KE9 EST Scott, KE8 SMN Jeff, and a KG2LA Ernest was in and out. We got 2 call signs here I want to verify. We had sounded like K9TJX. Could you put that call sign properly, please?
Kilo 9er Tango Juliet Sierra, K9TJS, and I'll be in and out.
Alrighty, we got you, Thomas. Thanks for stopping by. We had K7VWP Mike in South Ogden, Utah was in and out as well. Alright, let's go to the top of this list and run everybody. Excuse me, W2HAV Anthony in Atco, New Jersey. Good morning. And who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Good morning, Bill. Everybody on the net. Vicky, Scott, Dick, everybody. Thank you. My mother, W2HAV, back to net.
Alrighty, Mom it is. Have a great day and thanks for joining us. W8RCY, Donald in Madison Heights, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning again to Miss Vicky. Good morning, Bill, if you're listening. Definitely my mother. She was a housewife and mother. She ruled the entire castle, siblings, and my father. So my mom gets the vote there. Everybody have a great day. W8RCY.
Thanks, Donald. Appreciate you joining us. K5ORD, John in Arlington, Texas. Good morning.
K5ORD. Good morning, Brew Crew. And my mom carried the thunder, but my dad always brought the lightning. So definitely my dad. Happy Thursday, everybody. This is K5ORD.
Alrighty, John. Have a good day and thanks for stopping by. KC2GRN Joel in East Yaphank, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the Morning Brew, KC2GRN. Disciplinarian would have to be my mom. Yes, sir. Dad was a hard-working man. He was gone 12 hours a day, so Mom was always the one. Dad came home and he was kind of too tired to do any kind of discipline, and that's for sure. Anyway, KC2GRN back to that.
Thank you, Joel. Have yourself a great day. Next up, one of our team members here, Randy, W2RBC in West Seneca, New York. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, and everyone on the Morning Brew. It was both my mom and dad. It all depended who was home at the time. Back to net control, 73 to all, W2, RBC.
Thank you, Randy. You enjoy the day, and I don't imagine you had to have too much discipline anyway. W4 PPX, Don, down in Hollywood, Florida. Morning, Don.
God, buddy, on the Brew Crew. Yeah, I still remember those words that came echoing around in my head. Wait till your father gets home. I used to hear that a lot. Definitely my father. 7-3. Hope everybody has a great day. W4 PPX, back to next show.
All right, thank you, Don. Good to talk to you, and hope you're feeling better every day there. KAJN, Anna, Beaver, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Anna. Who was a disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Good morning, Scott, and everyone else on the net this morning. It was definitely my mom, but twice I got in trouble with my dad. Once when I dumped flour all over the house, and the other time when I dumped rice down the register in the middle of winter. Everyone have a great day. K3 AJN.
Well, I can see why you probably got in trouble. Have a good day, Anna. Always a pleasure. N7WZI, Alan. Good morning.
Yeah, I couldn't sleep this morning, so I got up, got in here in time for the morning brew. So I'm going to tell you a short story, and then I'm going to make the decision. Back when I was about 10 or 12, my sis decided she was going to run to one door, lock me out, then run to the, and then after I'd run back the other way, she would lock the back door. Well, that went on for about 3 or 4 times. I got mad. I punched my hand through a 4x6 window and caught her in the daggone jaw. And then my father came out, and the punishment for her was she was grounded for almost a month. The punishment for me was to help him fix the window. So it is my dad.
Oh, Alan, good story. And nice talking with you again. You have yourself a fine day. This is W2BLT. Next up, KR4AEG, Charles, down in Belmont, North Carolina. Good morning, Charles.
Good morning, Scott, Vicki, everybody on the crew. In my house, it was my dad. He's the one that handed it out. KR4AEG, back to net control.
That it is. Thanks for joining us. Gary, NHZFH in Woodhaven, Michigan. Good morning, Gary.
Morning, Scott, Vicki, and the crew. And it was my dad. I don't remember getting hit at all, but he had a way of making me straight and narrow. I said something to my mother once, and he went after me. I was a little kid. I dove under the bed just to get away. Don't remember the episode. Please check me in and out. NHZFH, back to net.
All right, Gary. Have a good day, and thanks for stopping by. Next up, one of your hosts right here on the Morning Brew, Al, K8BAC, up in Britain, Michigan. Morning, Al.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicki, everybody on the Brew Crew. Good to hear you, Scott. Well, just for context's sake, my dad would always sit me down and say, son, I was your age once too. I know how you think, and I know why you do the things you do. Mom, no. She'd grab a belt, a stick, the nearest board, and chase me down the street. So, yeah, it was always Mom. Everybody have a great day. Back to you, Scott. KABAC.
Oh, they probably call that the run of shame, having your mom chase you. Because when you run, they just get madder. Have a good day, Al. Thanks for joining us. KQ8U, Bob, up in Ecorse, Michigan. Good morning, Bob.
Morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the crew. I would say that it was sent from my mother. It was a tough one. Everybody was gay. KQ8U back in that.
Thanks, Bob. You know what's cool about this question, too, is everybody's thinking back now about all the times they got in trouble growing up. N5GI, Rick, down in the Villages in Florida. Good morning.
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. It's a beautiful Thursday down here, and we might even get lucky and get some rain this afternoon. As for the question of the day, I would say 90% of the time Mom was the disciplinarian. When Mom got Dad involved, you know you really screwed up. Anyway, this is N5GI. Back to net. Take it away, Scott.
Alrighty, thank you, Rick. Have a good day. Thanks for joining us. NW4Q, Jim down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Good morning.
Sir, that would be my mom.
Mom, it is. Have yourself a great day. J5MEL, Jose out in Austin, Texas. Good morning. J5MEL, Jose, are you in there?
Good morning, I'm here. Bless you all. Mom definitely was a disciplinarian. Spent most of the time with us. Dad was away at times, but she sure took care of us. We still remember it, and we love her to death. Too bad she's gone now. Bless you all. So many memories now.
Absolutely, Jose. Have a good day, and thanks for stopping by. KQ4UXJ, KJ down in Charlotte, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the Brew crew. It's KJ in Charlotte with 65 currently. Going up for a high today of 88 degrees. And to answer the question of the day, it would definitely have been my mother. 73, back to net control, KQ4UXJ.
KJ, have a good day, and thanks for stopping by this morning. W8WHK, Bill, North Fort Myers, Florida. Morning, Bill.
Good morning. It's 73 degrees here in sunny Southwest Florida. Pretty nice day. Looking forward to it. It was my mom. My mom was the disciplinarian. My dad would work the afternoon shift at his job, so she never used that, I'm going to tell your father when he gets home, because he would get home around 11:30 at night, and we were asleep already. The only time it was probably on weekends, because he was home. But yeah, it was definitely my mom. She did all the kids. So, alrighty. Everyone have a nice rest of the week. This is W8WHK 73. Back to net control.
All right, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you joining us this morning. KO4EAS, Leonard, Margate, Florida. Good morning.
morning, Southern Bill.
Who's the disciplinarian in your house growing up, Leonard? Moving right along, let's go to KC5. CZX. Good morning, Daryl.
Well, good morning, Scott and the rest of the crew. Since I was raised mainly by my mother, I'd have to say my mother. So back to net, KC5CZX.
Alrighty, Daryl, Mom it is. You have yourself a good day. Next up, let's go up to Alan in Kendall, New York. N2 is ZVN. Good morning, Alan.
Good morning, Scott. Everyone on the brew this morning. Great to hear you. Oh, can we be my dad? My dad. Yeah, I had a fear of him, but my mom, she was in control. She was only 4'11" tall, but carried a very mean wooden spoon. That's who's at the end. That's that. Everyone have a great day.
Alrighty, thanks, Alan. And it was nice meeting you this last weekend there at the meet and greet. Next up, VA3 KTJ Jensuk up in LaSalle, Ontario, Canada. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everyone on the net. Scott, I'm so glad to hear your voice again. A few weeks ago when you run the net, I tried to get in, but nobody heard me. Anyway, for today's question, my answer is my dad. It was my dad. Have a great day, everyone. This is VA3 KTJ. Good to see you all.
Alrighty, Dad, it is, Jensuk, and you have yourself a great day. Always a pleasure talking with you. Let's see, this is W2BLT. Next up, a KE9EST, Scott in West Eagle, Wisconsin. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to have to say my mom, KE9EST.
Alrighty, Mom, it is. Have a good day. KE8SMN, Jeff in Rochester Hills, Michigan. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Everyone on the brew, this is KE8SMN. Put me down for Dad. How many times did I hear that phrase? Wait till your father gets home. KE8SMN. Back to net.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you joining us there. And let me acknowledge a couple more here. We had, via the text, we had N2WI Dale, KI5PMI Bill, and W4RHC Ariel. And we had KO4QMM Roger getting in here. Let's take some general check-ins and we'll run them all. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call sign twice. And as always, slowly.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Golf Sierra. GTW. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot Golf Sierra.
Kilo 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot. Kilo 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot.
Kilo 9 or Tango Bravo Delta, K9 TBD.
Alpha protected, yes.
I think I doubled. Kilo 9 Tango Bravo Delta, K9 TBD.
Whiskey 1, Sierra Sierra. Whiskey 1, Sierra Sierra. Mike in Deerfield Beach.
Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot, the Victor Alpha 3, Charlie Romeo Foxtrot pedestrian mobile.
Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor Mobile. Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor Mobile. WQ9B Mobile.
Zulu Papa. In and out, southeast Louisiana. Over.
4 Bravo Quebec India Mobile. Kilo Romeo 4 Bravo Quebec India Mobile.
Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor Mobile. Whiskey Quebec 9 Victor Mobile.
Quebec Charlie 3 Lima Alpha Victor KC3 LAV.
Kilo Juliet 5 Delta X-Ray Bravo in and out. Kilo Juliet 5 Delta X-Ray Bravo in and out. Good morning.
Kilo Charlie 6 Romeo Alpha Sierra. Kilo Charlie 6 Romeo Alpha Sierra, Adam, Tennessee.
Alrighty, let's hold up there for just a moment here, and let me go down the list here and see who we missed. We had KF8 FGS David, Utica, Michigan. We had KF8 GTW David in Toledo. Is that a good call sign, KF8 GTW?
KF8 GTW, that's it.
Alrighty, thanks, David. We'll get back to you shortly here. K4WDF Dennis. We had K9 TBD Joel. KO6 AQI Amy. W1 SS Michael. K4 RGN Chuck. We had VA3 CRF Vern. WQ9P Ken. We had the KJ5 MZP John. Looks like you're new to the system. Was in and out. Thanks for joining us. We had KR4 BQI Dave down in Celebration. We had KC3 LAV Mike in Warwick Township, Pennsylvania. We had KJ5 DXB Frank, and this last one on here, KC6 RAS. Is this Adam down in Saudi Daisy?
Whiskey 2, Romeo, Oscar, November. Whiskey 2, Romeo, Oscar, November.
That's all well and good. I'm looking for the KC6 station. Could you come back with your call sign if you were a KC6 and we didn't acknowledge you? Nothing heard. We got you, Ron, there in Milton, Vermont. Go to the top of this list. N2LWY, Dale, Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Nick. N2LWY, temporarily up here in Cape Vincent, New York. Enjoying the beautiful day. Unfortunately, we're going to get rain later on. Anyhow, I was the primary, and Dad was the backup. Believe me, you didn't want to get the dad discipline. You went with the mom's discipline. Everybody have a good day. And 2LWY.
All right, Dale, you have yourself a good day, and thanks for joining us. KI5 PMI, Bill in Hobbs, New Mexico. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott. Everybody on the brew. It was definitely my dad. He was definitely the disciplinarian. So hope everybody has a great day. KI5 PMI. Back to net.
Bill, joining us this early in the morning. Let's go to Alachua, Florida. Ariel, W4, RHC in the mobile. Good morning. W4, RHC. Ariel, I can see you. Are you with me?
Hey, good morning. Good morning to all. This is Whiskey 4 Romeo Charlie. Somehow I lost you there when you did my call sign. Not sure what was the question of the day. Can you repeat that again? This is W4RAC. Go ahead.
Certainly. Who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up? Mom or dad?
Oh, for sure it was Mom. For sure it was Mom. Lost her many, many years ago. Good morning to all. 73 is from Whiskey 4 Romeo Charlie in the mobile, Lake City, Florida. 73, have a blessed day.
Ariel, thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Next up, my buddy Roger, KO4 QMM down in Umatilla, Florida. Morning, Roger.
Good morning, Mr. Scott. Always good to hear you exercising those vocal cords. And you can put me down for Mom. I tell you what, it was good having her around. Her intuition probably kept me out of trouble quite a few times, and Dad was always there for backup. They were both there for backup, so great memories there. Thanks, Scott. You sound good. KO4QMM clear.
Alrighty, thanks, Roger. You have yourself a good day. KF8 FGS David in Utica, Michigan. Good morning, David. And who was a disciplinarian in your house growing up?
FGS here. It was definitely Mom, unless Dad was home. But Mom believed that Dad shouldn't have to come home from a long day's work and be the bad guy. And she never said, wait till your father gets home. Occasionally, she would say, your father and I are going to talk about this. But she definitely was the primary, and I have to say, I never got a licking that I did not deserve, and I probably missed a few that I should have got. KF8, FGS, finding good signal. We're clear.
Alrighty, Dave. You have yourself a good day, and appreciate you joining us this morning. This is W2BLT in Buffalo, New York. I'm going to continue on here because I believe Bill's having a little trouble. Let's go to KF8 GTW, David in Toledo, Ohio. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. I'd have to say my parents did a really good job of putting up a unified front. If I got in trouble from my mom, I also got in trouble from my dad when he got home. That was pretty much the regular. And I gave them a lot of opportunities when I was young, so they did a really good job.
Alrighty, David. Sounds like they shared it. Thanks for joining us. Don't be a stranger. Let's go to K4 WDF Dennis in Cottageville, South Carolina. Good morning.
Good morning now. Good morning, Scott and Vicky and all the Brew crew. It was definitely a shared duty until I made the mistake of laughing at my mother one time. Not a wise move on my kids. This is Kilo 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot, wishing everybody 73.
I think we all tried to test the system at one point or another, and just to see how far you could go and what would happen. Have a good day, Dennis. Appreciate you joining us. K9 TBD Joel in East Pennsylvania. Good morning.
Maybe you can hear me now. I don't know what that was. There's Joel in Easton, PA. I had 3 mentors, my mother, my father, and my grandmother on the maternal side, and the only disciplinarian I had was my older brother. Back to Net.
All right, thank you, Joel. Yeah, what that was. I think it was are you connected with Mary's repeater there in Easton? That's what was causing the noise there. Anyways, have a good day, Joel. Appreciate you joining us. KO6AQI, Amy out in Los Angeles, California. Good morning, Amy. Who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Scott, morning, fellas. Well, I'm sitting here next to my father, NA2MM, who bullied me into getting on the net this morning, so for that reason I can't speak freely. So I'll be diplomatic and I'll speak Dad. Everybody have a great day, and 73.
Alrighty, thanks for joining us, Amy. Have yourself a great day. Appreciate you joining us. W1SS, Michael in Deerfield Beach, Florida. Good morning.
This is W1SS. Good morning to the net. The disciplinarian in my family was my father. It was a patriarchy where I grew up, so he called most of the shots. 73 to everybody. This is W1SS. Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right, thanks, Michael. Appreciate you being here. K4RGN, Chuck in Raleigh, North Carolina. Good morning.
Oh, good morning from K4GN. Oh, the answer is definitely my father. No doubt about it. 73, everyone, and have a great and safe field day weekend.
Alrighty, thanks, Chuck. And Dad, it is. Let's go up to Waterdown, Ontario, VA3 CRF. My buddy Vern, good morning.
Good morning, Scott. The eye candy of the East Coast Reflector. Nice to hear you in there, buddy. Light rain falling in Waterdown right now. Temperature's about 62. And in terms of the question of the day, it was definitely my mom. She was a disciplinarian. She wielded a mean wooden spoon. Got to say, though, she's been 28 years. I don't think a day passes that I don't think about her. And I always tried to be as good of a person as she thought I was. Something to aspire to. Scott, so great to hear you. Take care, my friend. VA3 CRF.
Thanks, Vern. Always a pleasure, and glad you made it back from Quebec City up there in one piece, and hope you had a good time. Take care. WQ9V, Ken down in Brownsville, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning to you and all those in the brew crew. Appreciate you. We're having a nice heat wave down here. When I left the house, it looked like it was 80 degrees, feeling like 87 out there. And, the disciplinary was usually my mom, occasionally my dad, usually my mom, because my dad, he would be gone for 2 days at work and then come back for a day. So Mom wheeled them, and but when Dad spoke, you bet I listened. All right, WQ9V, back to that.
All right, thank you, Ken. You have yourself a great day. KR4 BQI, Dave in Celebration, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning, Bruce. So I grew up in a single parent home, so that would have made my father the jury and executioner, and well, he was in the military, so we were a well-disciplined family at that point. So I'll just leave that to you guys. Have a great morning. This is KR4 BQI, back to net control.
Alrighty, Dave. Dad it is. Have a great day. Thanks for joining us. KC3 LAV, Mike, down in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Mike.
Sir, fine good morning to you and everyone on the crew this morning. This is KC3 LAV, Mike in Warwick Township, Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Beautiful sunny day this morning. Hope everyone stays hydrated today. And as I've heard many times today, Dad was the strong arm. He wielded the hammer, but Mom had a decent left. KC3 LAV, back to net.
Alrighty, thank you, Frank. Mike, you have yourself a good day down there. KJ5 DXB, Frank in Sugarland, Texas. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, everybody in the Brew Crew. I'm going to say this was shared. It was a good tag team. Mom and Dad were great, though. Thanks for the check-in. Everybody have a great day. KJ5 DXB. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thank you, Frank. Appreciate you joining us. KC6 RAS, Adam down in Tennessee. Good morning. Nothing heard. Let's go to W2RON. Ron in Milton, Vermont. Good morning, Ron. And who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Morning, Scott, and everybody on Brew this morning. I would have to say it was my course. Well, when I was a teenager, but I don't recall any disciplinary problems at all over the years. So, but if there was any, it would have to be Mom. Also, thank you very much for picking me up. This is the first time I've successfully used DMR on TGIF, so I'm pleased that you hear me. So thank you very much. This is W2RON, Ron in Vermont. Over.
Well, alrighty, Ron. Glad you could get in on it, and you have yourself a great day. I got a couple text check-ins here. We might as well take them before we call for more. Let's go to WB1DXN, Daryl in Concord, New Hampshire. Good morning.
Good morning, Vicki and Scott and the rest of the morning crew. Here I come in. Welcome from the Granite State, where I rode in on the commuter text train. Mom was the prosecutor and Dad was the judge and executioner. Everybody have a safe day. WB1DXN.
Alrighty, thanks. You have yourself a great day. Let's go to KD3DQ, Jim in Easton, Pennsylvania. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Scott. Good to hear you this morning, Vicki, and the rest of the Brew Crew. Dad was a disciplinarian, but Mom knew how to use that to her advantage with the typical statement, you wait till your father gets home. So she knew how to control things. Back to you, Scott, KD3ATQ.
Alrighty, thanks, Jim. Appreciate you joining us this morning. Let's go to Gil, K4GDS from Orlando, Florida. I don't know where you are, but good morning, Gil.
Good morning, Scott. Sure was nice to meet
face-to-face on Saturday, and as of last night, I'm back in Orlando, although I don't say it as cool as you do. Had a great trip, that's for sure. I think it was 9 states and almost 3,000 miles, but we had a good time. And as far as the answer, it was shared in my house. My parents were a very formidable team, and you didn't want to cross that line. K4GDS, back to net.
All righty, Gil. Yes, it was a pleasure meeting you, and I hope you had a great time there with your time coming across the country here. Last on this list, N8HLN, Mike from Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Good morning, Mike.
Yeah, good morning, Becky and the crew. A little bit of rain overnight, cloudy skies. 64 out in the backyard. Well, in my home growing up, it was a classic case of wait till your father gets home, so I had a few hours to think about things. Everyone have a good day. Back to net. N8HLN.
Alrighty, Mike. Thanks for stopping by this morning. This is W2 BLT like the sandwich. Let's take some more check-ins. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
November Whiskey 3 United NW3U.
London Whiskey.
Whiskey Delta 8 Papa India Charlie WD8 PIC.
N3LLY N3LLY.
November 3 Mike Delta Charlie. That's November 3 Mike Delta Charlie.
Kilo Romeo 4, Lima Kilo November, KR4LKN, in and out.
KF4 OUP, Kilo Foxtrot 4, Oscar Uniform Papa.
Alrighty, we'll hold it up there. Let me just go from the bottom up. We had N1WEB, and your CW is terrible there, Webb, but we got you in there. KF4 OUP Byron. We had KR4 LKN Chris in Sumter, South Carolina was in and out. We had N3 MDC Michael, N3 LLY Glenn, WD8 PIC Bob, K2 KI Bob, WB2GLW Mike, N2FYA John, and NW3U David. Anybody else want to get on the list before I run them? Please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
November Alpha 2 NA2S in out.
N1 CBN.
November 8.
N1 CBN.
Zulu Yankee Alpha N8ZYA.
All right, let's recognize N8ZYA John, Charleston, West Virginia was in and out. We had Carlos, N1CBM down in Hollywood. We had NA2F Antonio in Wilmington. And let's go to the top of this list. The question of the day, everyone, is who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up? Mom or dad, or was it shared? Let's go to NW3U, David in Garner, North Carolina. Good morning.
Well, in W3U, good morning to you and everybody out there on the Morning Brew. Good to hear folks out this morning. I'd have to lean towards Mom being the primary one. We had traditional back then where the mom stayed home and the dad worked 2 jobs trying to keep the family afloat. If it was anything serious, Dad would get involved. But I think in the day-to-day, Mom was the one who was taking care of things. And without sounding like I have too much of a halo, I don't remember having a lot of issues. I was a pretty good kid, I think. We'll leave it alone at that. Thanks for having me in here this morning. Everybody have a good day at W3U.
And you as well, David. Appreciate you joining us in the morning. N2 FYA, John in Mystic, Connecticut. Good morning.
Good morning to everyone in the group, and I would have to say it was definitely my mother. My father worked during the daytime, and my mother was the one who said what had to be done, and it better be back to that. This is N2 FYA. Have a good day, everyone.
All right, thank you, John. Appreciate you joining us. Next up, WB2 GLW, Mike down in Lake Ronkonkoma, New York. Good morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning, everybody on the net. My mom was the disciplinarian. She was also bipolar and schizophrenic, so one of the reasons I'm disabled at this time. Anyway, too much discipline. WB2 GLW. Thanks, guys.
All right, Mike. It's always a pleasure talking with you. Have yourself a great day. Next up, K2KI, Bob in Highgate Center, Vermont. Good morning.
K2KI Mobile now in Burlington, Vermont. I think my mother wore all the hats in the family, and she was a force to be reckoned with. She was both lightning and the thunder. And good day to everybody in the net, and this is K2KI Mobile.
Alrighty, Bob, thanks for joining us, and safe motoring there today. Next up, WD8PIC, Bob in Sylvania, Ohio. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, and it was both of my parents. And boy, did I need it, even to the point of taking food away. I was a stubborn brat when I was younger, but now I appreciate it because my parents were, that's what I needed, to get through the stubborn years, They were also wonderful parents, of course, too, in a lot of other ways. Back to net control. Everyone have a great rest of the day, and cloudy and in the mid-60s here. Back to net, WD8PIC.
Bye today. N3 LLY, Glenn in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Well, both more. Mom actually would get me into a terrorized state, telling me when my dad got home I was going to get it, and when Dad got home I got it. Anyway, everybody have a great Thursday. Until next time, 7-3 from N3 LLY.
All right, Glenn, appreciate you joining us. N3 MDC, Michael in Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Welcome to the Brew Crew. Well, that'd be my dad. My dad, I think both my mom and my dad shared it, but mostly my dad. My dad ruled with an iron fist, but now my mom and my dad have been divorced for a long time, so my dad doesn't do it. My mom doesn't do it anymore, neither does my dad, because my dad now lives in Florida. So when my family was around, mostly my dad did it, because he ruled with an iron fist. Back to net control in 3 MDC.
All righty, we got you down for Dad. You have yourself a great day. This is W2BLT. Next up, KF4 OUP. Byron in Cape Coral, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning to everybody on the Brew Crew. I would say my dad, but my mom didn't know how to pull an ear if I was bad also. So back to you.
Alrighty, you have a good day, and thanks for stopping by. N1 WEB Webb down in Collierville, Tennessee. Good morning, Webb.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Good morning, Vicki, and good morning to the net. Hey, Scott, thanks for the signal report when I checked in this morning. I appreciate it. My mom was good for a pretty good verbal scolding, but when my dad got home from work, that's when I got it. So put me down for my dad. I miss them both. N1 WEB.
Alrighty, Webb. No problem with the signal report there. This is a full-service reflector. Have a good day. We had NA2F Antonio was in and out this morning. Carlos, N1 CBM down in Hollywood, Florida. Morning, huh?
Good morning, Scott. It's a pleasant surprise to have you as the net controller today. It's Vicky. Good morning, and everybody else always present here. For the question, it was both of them. I think my mom was responsible for like 70%, and my dad, whenever he came home after work, he would deliver the sentence. I would say it that way. And one CBM, back to you, Scott, as the year.
Alrighty, Carlos, you have yourself a fine day. KJ5NZA, Doug in Hutto, Texas. Good morning.
They got divorced very early in my childhood, so I think when I started giving trouble, it was basically my mother. Back to you, Scott. 35NZA.
Alrighty, Doug. Mom it is. You have yourself a great day. And last on this list, KY4NB. Scott down in Memphis, Tennessee. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, and everybody on the Brew Crew, and hi to Webb there in Collierville. I'm going to go with both. Both were strict. But when Mom got a hold of me with the belt, well, you knew you'd done something wrong, and it was only once that I remember. But I do remember that, Scott. Back to net, KY4NB, Melvis Barbecue Land.
All right, Scott, you have yourself a fine day, and thanks for stopping around today. All righty, folks. Want to remind everybody at 10 o'clock this morning, Roger and his merry men are going to have the 20-meter net on 14.
Lima Echo Mobile, K5 LLE Mobile, Houston, Texas. Uniform
N2BH.
For Kilo Hotel Zulu, N4 kilohertz. I'll be in and out.
KR4HBQ, Kilo Romeo 4, Hotel Bravo, Quebec, in and out.
Kilo Charlie 2, Uniform Victor, Quebec. Kilo 2, Uniform Victor, Quebec.
Kilo 5, Sierra, Quebec, Lima.
5, Sierra, Quebec, Lima, mobile, in and out.
KF8, DIC, KF8, Detroit, Sox City, in and out.
How are you today, Mama?
WB2EHG, WB2EHG.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for a moment. That was kind of funny. From the bottom up, we had WB2EHG Eric, KF8 DRC. Jack was in and out down there in Rochester, Michigan. We had KC2JPQ by text with we had KC2 UVQ Phil. We had KR4HBQ Neil was in and out. We had N4 Kilohertz John Kilohertz in Rochester. He was in and out this morning. Have a good day, John. We had N2BH Bill in Palmyra, New York. We had K5LLE Leslie in Houston, Texas. We had a station sounded like it ended with 2 Echo Henry. Call sign with 2EH in it or something like it. Please come back with that. Alrighty, well, we're nothing heard. Let's go to the top of this list and go to Leslie, K5LLE in Houston, Texas. Good morning, and who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
My mother, she had the high heel shoe. She did not want that high heel shoe. It was much worse than Dad's hand. So finally, go back to the nest.
Alrighty, Leslie. Sounds like you didn't want either one of them mad at you. Have yourself a great day, and thanks for stopping by. Next up, our net manager here on East Coast Reflector. And 2BH Bill in Palmyra, New York. Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Scott and Vicki. Thanks for filling in. Sorry getting stuck with 2 hours here. I'm just getting ready to head out the door. Mostly my mother. She's the one that made us sit or stand in the corner and stuff, and we didn't get spanked too much, but she did most of it. And 2BH.
Thanks, Bill. I'll just put in for time and a half for today. Have a good day. KC2, UVQ, Phil, Valley Stream, New York. Good morning.
Morning, all on the morning brew. Yeah, Dad was definitely the disciplinary when we were growing up. KC2, UVQ.
That it is, and have a great rest of the day. We're down to WB2EHG, Eric in Brooklyn, New York. Good morning.
Good morning. This is WB2 here in Brooklyn, New York, Coney Island. Yes, my mother was the disciplinarian because she was the only one around. Single mom, raised by a single mom, so my grandma was also around. It wasn't until I studied martial arts and my reflexes got to a point where I wouldn't let her be able to hit me because it was physically impossible. I wouldn't let anybody hit me. Till her biker boyfriend came over, and I talked my way out of a beating because he realized, he wasn't going to beat me. Anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Back to the net, WB2EHG.
All righty, Eric. You have yourself a good day, and thanks for joining us. KC2 JPQ, Frank in Lancaster, New York. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Scott and Vicky and everybody on the brew. Long time no talk, Scott. I hope you're doing good, or I can see you're doing good. Anyhow, my father was the corrections officer. How's that? No, I'm just kidding. My father worked swing shift, so when my mother said, "Wait till your father comes home," he would sometimes have to wait till the next day, but you'd get the message. And not much going on today. Looks like we got some rain coming in. I'm not sure. But everybody have a great day. I'll say 7-3 and send it back to the net. KC2JPQ.
Hey, thanks, Frank. It's always a pleasure talking with you. And yeah, it's been looking like rain for the last 2 hours, it looks like. Thanks for stopping by this morning. Let's go to K4ITA, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky. Good morning from the beautiful Fort Lauderdale, everybody. Easy breeze and clouds with thunderstorm around. One is right next to me. Typical summertime being south is humid. And my mom was the one. Everybody, a great day. K4ITA.
Alrighty, Leo, appreciate you joining us this morning. And the last one on this list, WW0N, Kenny in Germantown, Maryland. Good morning. Who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Well, good morning, Scott, Vicky, and everybody else. It'd have to be my mom. Yeah, definitely. Scrappy Mountain Woman. Yeah, she taught us the thing about switches. So anyway, back to the net. This is WW0N. Have a great day.
Alrighty, thanks, Kenny. Have a great day as well. Appreciate you joining us. This is W2BLT. Let's take some more questions. Blech. Let's take some more check-ins here for the Morning Brew. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call sign twice and slowly.
Copy. Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo. Alpha Echo 7, Mike Romeo, Terry, Junction City, Oregon.
Alpha Bravo 4 Kilo Tango, AB 4KT.
Kilo Mike 7 Delta Oscar Delta John, Arizona. Kilo Mike 7 Delta Oscar Delta.
W2KJV. W2KJV.
Alpha Bravo 4 Mike Whiskey Kilo
Romeo 4 Mike Whiskey Golf. This is John in Jupiter on mobile.
Command 10.
K2AP. K2AP.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for a moment. We had, who did we have? We had AE7MR, Terry, AB4KT, Kenneth, KM7 DOD, John out in Tonopah, Arizona. Looks like he's new to the system. KJV Tony, AB4KK Chris, and K2AP Joe. We had a station in there ending in MWG, it sounded like. Could you come back with that call sign twice, please?
This is Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Whiskey Golf. Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Whiskey Golf. John in Jupiter on mobile.
Alrighty, John, we got you there. Anybody else looking to join us before we run the list, please come with your call sign twice.
This is November 8, Mike Juliet November, N8 MJN in the mobile.
Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Whiskey Whiskey. Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Whiskey Whiskey mobile, but I'm in and out this morning.
Mike, W2EM.
Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet Victor, India. Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet Victor, India, Eddie, Southwest Florida.
Juliet 5, Golf, Uniform Yankee. Kilo, Juliet 5, Golf, Uniform Yankee, mobile in Harvey, Louisiana.
Whiskey Bravo 5 India Tango Tango WB5ITT.
All right, let's hold it up there for a moment. We have WB5ITT, Chris, KJ5GUI, Guy in a mobile, KR4JVI, Eddie, W2EM, Chuck, KR4MWW, Mark was in and out this morning from Orlando. We had N8MJN, Marson in a mobile, K2AP, Joe, AB4KK, Chris, KR4MWG, John, and the rest of them I acknowledge. Let's go to the top of this list with KE2AJO, Jose in the Bronx, New York. Oh, wait a minute, we already got him. Let's go to AE7MR, Terry in Harrisburg, Oregon. Good morning.
Tango Golf November, Victor Lyrics 3, Tango Golf November.
We're looking for AE7MR, Terry in Harrisburg, Oregon. Good morning, Terry. Oh, nothing heard. Let's see if KE2AJO, Jose, did you have something else to add? I see your text come in again. Well, let's go down to AB4KT. Kenneth in the Villages in Florida. Good morning, Kenneth. And who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Good morning from the Villages, AB4KT. Oh, that would have certainly been my dad. Joseph Stalin would have been jealous of my dad. And looking back at it, from 50 years later, I don't appreciate it any more now than I did then. Everybody have a great day. 7-3.
You have a good day, too. Scott had to step out for a few minutes. This is Vicky, KAVKY. Just a reminder, the question is, who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up? Was it your mom or your dad? Next up, we've got John, KM7DOD.
Good morning, all, from Tonopah, Arizona. John Kilo, Mike 7, Delta, Oscar Delta. It was the paddle. Didn't matter who got a hold of it. It was the paddle. You all have a great day. Kilo, Mike 7, Delta, Oscar Delta.
you as well, and welcome to the East Coast Reflector. You should be receiving a welcome guide, I guess you could say. We used to call it a letter, but it's gotten a little longer. It just explains everything we've got going on in the system. Next up, TW2 KJV.
Good morning, Vicki and Scott and everyone on the Morning Brew. I have to say, well, my mother was until she couldn't catch me anymore. I remember most of the time it was my father. So, hope everyone has a great day. Back to you, Vicki. W2KJV.
You. John, KR4MWG.
This is John here, and yeah, it was definitely my mom. She had a nice collection of wooden spoons on top of the fridge, so she dealt it out pretty efficiently. This is Kilo Romeo 4, Mike Whiskey Golf. Back to net.
Thank you, John. Marson, N8MJN.
Good morning, Vicki. Good morning, everybody on the Morning Brew. This is N8MJN in the mobile. I'm going to have to say it was a split. Earlier years, definitely my mom. Later years, definitely Dad. So I'll have to split them both ways. That said, everybody have a great day. 73, N8MJN, sending it back to net control.
Thank you, Marcia. Next up is Guy, KJ5GUI.
Good morning, net control is KJ5GUI. I'm over with RPN here. We're going to have a little bit of weather coming in later this afternoon, but I should be inside the house. I've avoided today's question. Dad was definitely disciplinary in our house. But anyway, I'll send it back to net control. Thank you for taking the call. Everybody have a great morning. KJ5 Golf Uniform Yankee. Lazy the Buffalo Roulette.
Alrighty, thank you, Guy. You have yourself a fine day, and thanks for joining us. Let's go to Florin in Conroe, Texas, K5YNU. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, everyone on the Morning Brew crew. It was primarily my mom, but I remember two interventions from my dad that had a long range. Back to the net control, everyone. Have a blast day. K5YNU mobile.
Thanks, Florin. Good to hear you again. Let's go to AB4KK, Chris in Fulton, Georgia. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and thank you for doing what you do. And everybody else, good morning. My dad was a disciplinarian guy in our family. He kept us all straight, and he still does. He's 95 years old and still keeps everything straight. He doesn't mind a bit chewing out some of my sisters for coming up with dumb ideas. So it's always fun to keep up with that. Back to net, AB4KK.
Alrighty, you have a good day, Chris. Thanks for joining us. K2AP, Joe in East Islip, New York. Morning, Joe. Who was a disciplinarian in your house growing up?
Hi, good morning, Scott. Good morning, Vicky, and everyone on the net. I would have to say Dad. 72 sunny in East Iceland this morning. Have a great day, everyone. K2AP, back to net.
Alrighty, thanks, Joe. You have yourself a fine day. Let's go out to Lancaster, New York again to Chuck, W2EM. Good morning.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the
you can put my dad down for the disciplinarian, although they both took care of things when needed. And with that, Joe's just walked. She's heading out. So, 73, W2EM.
Alrighty, Chuck, Dad it is. And you tell Joe to have a good flight, and we'll see him later. Let's go to KR4, JVI. Eddie in Cape Coral, Florida. Good morning. KR4, JVI. Eddie, are you with me? Moving right along. WB5ITT. Chris down in Texas. Good morning, Chris. I know you're with me.
Oh, you know it, sir. Good morning. And good morning to everybody on the Morning Brew. Looking forward to Friday. It's hot, humid, and going to get hotter down here in southeast Texas. As far as discipline, oh, well, both of them. My mom did not spare the rod. She used anything. Fly swatter, flip-flop, her hand, it didn't matter. And then she told us, just wait until your father gets home. Especially with Dad being a former U.S. Marine Corps platoon sergeant drill instructor. That was enough to scare us to death. I'm surprised I survived all those years. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday. WB5ITT, back to net.
You're still here, so that's a good sign. Have a good day, Chris. Appreciate you joining us. This is W2BLT. Next up at V3TGN. Tim up in Windsor, Ontario, Canada. Good morning, Tim.
Scott and Vicky and everybody on the group. Well, definitely Parliament was definitely an old sergeant, regimental sergeant in the Army, and definitely he was really strict. If you got out of order, boy, you got your fanny really. But I sort of kept myself in good order there. And that nice, everybody sounds good. You sound good, everybody. Always on this net there. So 73 to go, and thanks for letting me get it. That's V3TG in Windsor, sir, and take care in 73.
Alrighty, Tim, good to hear you this morning. You enjoy the day. Next up, one of your hosts here on Morning Brew, and you never know when you might hear him. N7FGP, Scott in Jamestown, New York. Well, yeah, Jamestown. Good morning, Scott.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky. If you heard the words, don't make me get that belt, you're in trouble. But, yeah, it was mostly the dad. Thanks for doing the net today.
Thanks, Scott. I saw that 7 call sign, and then when I said Jamestown, I'm like, did I read the wrong line? But all's good. Have a great day. We got Joe in West Seneca, AJ0EF. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, Scott, Vicky, and the rest of the Brew crew. Mom was definitely the disciplinarian and kept us all in line. With that, I'll turn it back to the next control, AJ0EF 73.
All right, Joe, thanks for joining us, and have a good day. All right, let's take some more stations. We got 10 minutes left here. Anybody, anywhere, please come with your call sign twice and slow.
W2GUT, Whiskey 2, Gulf Uniform Zero, Mobile.
KQ4YYN, KQ4YYN. KJ5QMU, KJ5QMU.
Kilo Quebec 4, Foxtrot Delta Quebec. Kilo Quebec 4, Foxtrot Delta Quebec.
Kilo to Papa Bravo, K2, PV, in and out.
November 7 Bravo, Bravo Echo, Ben.
In and out.
November 7 Bravo, Bravo Echo. KD2IWX, KD2IWX. IWX, 82I, portable.
Alrighty, let's hold it up there for just a moment. Recognize from the bottom up, we had KD2IWN, Tim in the mobile, N7BBE, Ben. KE8WMI, James was in and out. We had K2PB, Paul was in and out from St. Cloud, Florida. We had KQ4FDQ, KJ5QMU, Mary, KQ4YYN, Joe in the mobile, W2GUT, Ed in the mobile. Let's go to W2GUT, Ed, Chickawaga. Question of the day: who was the disciplinarian in your house, mom or dad, growing up?
Well, good morning, all. Little drippy here in Chickawaga currently, but don't have to shovel. No, Dad was definitely the one. Didn't happen very often, but when it did, you knew it. So, Mom, I guess, would be the reporting party, and Dad would be the carry it out person. So, everybody have a good day. W2GUT Mobile back to net.
Alrighty, thanks, Dad. You have yourself a good day and appreciate you joining us. Let's go to KQ4YYN, Joe in Franklin, Georgia. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mrs. Vicky. Good morning, everyone else. My dad was the main one. If he was around, of course, he would be, in the Army. Sometimes he'd be going on maneuvers. So then it would be my mom. And then when we lived with our grandparents, when my dad went to Vietnam, it would be a combination. Well, it would depend on whether my dad was there or not at the time. It'd be a combination of 4 or 5 different people. Sometimes I get 3 or 4 whippings, spankings, what have you. Different terms back in the days. on who was there, who got to me first, I reckon is how you say it. And if we were at church, and you misbehave at church, my grandmother would say, go out and switch, and don't bring a small one. And I'd try to find the smallest one I could get. And if she had to go out there and get one, she'd find the biggest switch she could get. But anyway, back up to that control. I say primarily my dad. Take you for while we're in.
Alrighty, Joe. You have yourself a great day, and appreciate you joining us. This is W2BLT. Let's go to KJ5QMU, Mary in Tyler, Texas. Good morning, Mary.
Good morning from a beautiful Texas day. My parents were half and half disciplined, but I guess I was about 10, and Dad said, go get a switch. Dad brought a switch down and switched me 3 houses away because I was late and didn't respond to the dinner bell. So that switch hung above my mirror in my bedroom from that time until I was 13. Never came down again. So that one switching was all I needed. Y'all have a good day. 73.
Alrighty, Mary, the stories today have been real good. You have yourself a fine day, and thanks for joining us. KQ4 FDQ, John in Athens, Alabama. Good morning. Q4 FDQ, are you still with me? Moving right along, let's go to N7, BBE, Ben in Pompano Beach, Florida. Good morning.
Good morning there to the net there, to the brew crew. This is N7BBE. Mama made the plan, but Dad, Papa was the man of the house. This is N7BBE.
Thanks, Ben. Thanks for joining us this morning. KD2 IWN, Tim in Hamburg. Good morning. KD2 IWN, are you still with me? Move right along to K6 ADS, Andrew in Glen Burnie, Maryland, via the text line. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, and thanks for having me on the Morning Brew.
Good morning, Andrew. Question of the day is, who was the disciplinarian in your house growing up, Mom or Dad?
No, that's a great question, and I'm going to have to say it's both, because the disciplinarians came from both sides, either certain subjects from my mother, certain subjects from my dad. What to do from my mother, and I learned what not to do from my father. Thanks again, and have a great day. I appreciate you running the Morning Brew. Hey, 680S.
Thanks for joining us. And last one for today is going to be KF8EGO. Chris in Perrysburg, Ohio. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
the text line, Chris, KFAEGO. In my house, I would say if I was really in trouble, it was Dad. So Mom would get after me, but Dad, I knew when Dad came home, that's when I knew that Mom was mad. So I'll go ahead and send it back in that day. This is Chris, KFAEGO 73.
Alrighty, thank you, Chris, and thank you to everybody that checked in this morning. It was a pleasure coming back and filling in there. And I want to remind everybody, another hour, 10 o'clock, come visit Roger and the boys over on 20 meters there at 14.317 for the 20-meter net. With that, on behalf of KE8PKY, Vicky on the log this morning, I appreciate it. And KF0MHN, wherever he is, this is W2BLT. Wish everybody a great day and returning Reflector to normal amateur use. 7-3, everyone.
Mike Romeo, Reflector.